so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
Share to your family, friends, share to even our enemies. Let them hear us. Keep sharing, keep sharing. Emmanuel Azubike, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining wherever you're joining from. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you are connecting from, wherever you are joining to this program from, I appreciate you. I thank you very much for connecting. Joseph Ifeanyi, thank you for joining. I appreciate you so much for joining. Anyone that have connected, wherever you are connecting from, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you, secure you, and bless you richly. We are here once again to speak on the normal issue that has to do with those of us who are Biafrans, and also to the people who genuinely need freedom. Every word we speak is going to affect them. It is for their own good. If you are the lover of freedom, our message here will affect you and you will be happy with our message. But if you are not a lover of freedom, you will not be comfortable here. And remember, this platform is an autopiloted platform. Autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where I stand, speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. Our main purpose of coming here is to encourage Biafrans, to continue to encourage Biafrans and let the Biafrans know the way forward and what we have to do to be free. We don't come here to preach propaganda. We come here to preach blackmail. We don't come here to attack people. We don't come here to preach hate. What we preach here is the right message of truth, setting the record straight, debunking every lie against the Biafran people, against our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against the struggle. That is what we do on this platform. And we will continue to do so until Biafra comes. And even after Biafra have come, we will still have some responsibilities to do what we have to do. And you have seen the number that I placed there. I placed my WhatsApp number there. So feel free to call in when it is time to call in. You feel free to call in to make your contributions, ask your questions, or put in your argument. If you have a superior argument, it is welcome. Nobody knows it all. I don't know everything. I'm not telling you that I know everything. There are certain things you might know better than me. I can learn from you. You can equally learn from me. But when you call in to make your argument, make sure you have a constructed argument, because the whole world is watching. When you call in, you are going to show the whole world how smart you are, or you end up disgracing yourself before the whole world. So before you call into the program, be careful what you have to say and be mindful of what you say. Make sure you are using the right language. We don't come here to insult people. We don't come here to degrade people. You can use any language you prefer to use to talk to Biafran people. It doesn't matter the language you speak. Whatever language that is very comfortable with you, you can use that to call in and make a contribution if you so desire. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every one of us once again. I thank people who are watching, mainly my brothers and sisters who are watching from Biafra land. I say may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every one of you. If you are watching from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from Russia, whichever part of the world you are watching this program from, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and give you more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to walk towards your freedom until we secure freedom. Today we are going to speak on another point which affects every one of us. The topic I choose here, I say every action or inaction has a consequence. Be warned. Every action or inaction has a consequence. Be warned. This is kind of a message of warning. And at the same time, a message of reminder. Every action or inaction has a consequence. Be warned. Our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu have left a strong message for you and I. He has given us a very strong message, told us that things that we are supposed to know. He told us things that will happen when they have not happened. Everything that every one of us agitators is saying today is a repetition of what Nnamdi Kanu have told us in the past. We are only reminding you. We are only reminding those who are not paying attention. We are only reminding those who are just paying attention, who are just giving their ear to the gospel. But I tell you, everything every agitator is saying on their platform, on various platforms, is a repetition of what Nnamdi Kanu have said in the past. But because people have refused to pay attention, those who the message you are meant for have refused to pay attention. Today, you see the consequence of not paying attention to that word. Every action or inaction has a consequence. Today, you can see the consequence of not listening to the warning of Nnamdi Kanu. You can see it written everywhere. Everyone is crying. Everyone is shouting. Even those that hated him, they are remembering him this day. They can't even hide their shame. Most of them are remembering him. And once in a while, they say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu said this. Once in a while, they will remember and say, oh, he said it. Even though they hated him. But today, as everything begins to unfold one after the other, we begin to remember that Nnamdi Kanu said this. We have come back again. And today, after Nnamdi Kanu have delivered some wonderful messages to us that we want us to pay attention to, and he was kidnapped. The enemy kidnapped him from Kenya, sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition, and since then up to date, they have kept him under lock and key. Nnamdi Kanu have been subjected into so many kind of dehumanization. He has been on lockup. Even after the court have said, let him go, they refuse to let him go. With all the health challenges that he has, he can't feed well. His health is failing him. A lot of things are going wrong. Even when he will have won the case, they refuse to leave him. The country of which he is a citizen refused to fight for him. You can see that everything is against Nnamdi Kanu because of the truth he has spoken. Because he has stood for the truth. But you and I, who Nnamdi Kanu is in captivity today because of us, what are we doing for him? What are we doing to make sure we hold on to the legacy of Nnamdi Kanu? The greatest thing you can do for Nnamdi Kanu today is to give him Biafra. The greatest gift you can give to Nnamdi Kanu is to hand him over Biafra. That is the greatest gift you can give to Nnamdi Kanu. And once that is done, you have given him everything. That is why you see us doing what we are doing. That is why you see our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, on board, putting everything online, putting his career online, putting his family online, everything he put on the line. Because he wants to make sure that the legacy of Nnamdi Kanu remains intact. But today, what are people doing? Remember the topic. Every action or inaction has a consequence. Today, you are seeing the consequence of not obeying the words of Nnamdi Kanu. And here are we again. In the era when Nnamdi Kanu was taken away from us and he gave us a spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, who is working earnestly to see that Nnamdi Kanu is released, to see that he gives Nnamdi Kanu that gift of Biafra that he wants. Master Simon Ekpa has given us so many instructions. He has given us so many ideas on how Biafra can be restored. He has given us so many ideas on how we can put pressure on the Zoological Republic to release Nnamdi Kanu. But yet, people are fighting against him. Biafrans are not listening. Biafrans are not paying attention. Remember, every action and inaction has a consequence. And already, in the era of Mazi Simon Ekpa, you have started seeing the consequence of not listening to his instructions. Mazi Simon Ekpa told us that we don't have to participate in election, the presidential election, that it was a sham. Even though Mazi Nnamdi can have said it earlier, that your vote cannot count. The voters card they are giving you does not have any, the PVC doesn't have any meaning. There are only two people that decide who rules you, the court and the INEC. You never believed him. Mazi Simon Ekpa stood on the same word and he told you, don't go out and participate, save your life. Stay safe. Stay safe. Let the election be a referendum for the Biafran people. Let us use it as a referendum for us, so that the world will know that we are tired and we don't want to be part of this zoo. Let us give a referendum that will shock the whole world. Let us give them a referendum that the whole world will see and say, yes, truly, truly, these people do not want to be part of this very contraption. Some people refused. And because they have refused and they went out to legitimize that evil election, today you see the consequence of your disobedience. You have seen the consequence of your disobedience, even after all you're going out and doing all you have done. What is the result? The election was rigged and cancelled. And not only that it was rigged and cancelled, today it has brought more death and destruction to you. It has brought more enmity. It has now created opened another phase of tribal war. That is what we are seeing. Loss of life and property is going on daily basis, simply because you went to exercise your voters' right, your democratic right. Today they come against you, simply because you took the wrong action. Every action or inaction have a consequence. And for the fact that you have taken the wrong action, we told you that not participating in the election is also a democratic right. And we advise you to make a wise choice and demonstrate your democratic rights in the right way. Use your own democratic right to conduct your referendum. That was the message that came from Mazi Simon Ekpa. People refused to listen. They went the other way around. Today, what is the result? What is the result today? Even after they have stolen the election, what do you see? Continuous attack, continuous destruction of life and property. And you haven't seen nothing yet. Today, here are we. As they are going into the governorship election, our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has spoken once again. Their selection is going to go on tomorrow. And we have been warning and calling that. Stay away. Stay away from it to stay safe. But you wouldn't listen. It is sad that by this time tomorrow we begin to hear some sad news again of the loss of life and property. It is sad that so many people who are watching me today, so many people who are alive today that we are talking will not be alive tomorrow. Out of their own carelessness. Out of their own carelessness. Every action and inaction has a consequence. The consequence of you disobeying the directives of our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, which is the instruction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the consequence of not obeying will be very devastating. I can't tell you what will happen. You have seen the sign already. The people we are up against, they will stop at nothing to take life. Already you have seen the war going on in all parts of the country between the parties. You have heard how the parties are equipping their thugs with arms and ammunition. You have heard how the APC thugs are equipping themselves with arms and ammunition. PDP equipping themselves with arms and ammunition. Labour Party fighting back. Before I came online, I saw a video of what happened in Ibadan, where lives were wasted in southwest Ibadan. Between PDP and APC, their thugs were exchanging fire and lives were lost. because of a selection. When we tell you to stay away, it is for your own sake. We cannot continue to witness this bloodshed. We cannot continue to legitimize this evil. We cannot continue to approve this scam. Enough is enough. Our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, in his own tenor, gave every opportunity for them to make things right. But the more you continue to give them opportunity, the more they make it worse. The more you continue to wait and see if it's gonna be, they will get it right, the more it gets worse. The more you continue to say, let me see, maybe this one is going to be, it will get worse. Just imagine. Today, after more than 60 years of independence, they just conducted the worst election ever. The worst of the whole worst. The worst that cannot be compared to anywhere in Africa. After 60 years, after more than 60 years. And there you are, still laying hope on where there is no hope. For the fact that you have refused to do the right thing, there is a consequence for everything you do. Remember that. Always put that at the back of your mind. For those of you who will go and gamble their lives tomorrow, remember, as you are leaving your house tomorrow to expose yourself to danger, whatever you see, you brought it upon yourself. That is the consequence of your action. And those who are going to be in their home, praying, eating, and advising their children, your safety and your life is in the hand of Chukwu, and you are going to pass through it. You are going to succeed through it because of your action. You can take the horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. Mazen Nnamdi can have done a great job. In the era of Mazen Simon Ekpa, he has done a great job. The autopiloted IPOB doing a great job. Standing up for the Biafran people, consistently demanding for our freedom. But some people have refused to key in. Remember, there is consequence for every action you take. There is consequence for every action and inaction. Always put that at the back of your mind. For everything you do. The suffering that is going on in the Zoological Republic today is as a result of their action. The destruction of properties of Igbo today, the hatred you see today against Igbo, is as a result of their actions. Because people have refused to see reason. Instead of asking for that which is right, which is your freedom, you are forcing yourself into an environment where you are not wanted. When you have overstayed your welcome in an area, the best thing you have to do is to walk away. If you don't walk away, you are looking for trouble. And any man or woman who doesn't know when him or she have overstayed her welcome or his welcome, you are not grown enough. You are not yet grown. If you are a grown man or woman, you should know when you have overstayed your welcome in an area. The Biafran people have overstayed, more than overstayed their welcome in the contraption called Nigeria. No sensible Biafran today will still be talking about one Nigeria. They tell you are not part of them. They tell you in parable. They tell you in your face. They use their media to tell you. And they campaign it everywhere. And yet you are forcing yourself. While you are forcing yourself to be part of the zoo, remember, there is a consequence for every action that you take. Whatever you do, there's a consequence for it. Whenever you are taking an action, whenever you are trying to do anything, just make sure you look back and think twice before you do anything you want to do. Don't think that there is no consequence for any action. There is a consequence for every action, inaction. There is a consequence. And that is why you must have to prepare yourself to take responsibility as you make your decisions on what to do or what not to do. Be prepared to take responsibility for what you have done for yourself. When you look at things that are playing out today in that Zoological Republic, every single thing that the Biafran people are suffering today is as a result of their action and inaction. Some of us have decided not to see the voice of reason. Some of us have decided to take a different path instead of following the truth path. Nnamdi Kanu did a great job for more than a decade. And many refuse to listen to him. Because many refuse to listen to him today, you have seen the consequence of not listening to Nnamdi Kanu's instruction. Everything he said in the past is playing out. Here you are again, luckily, in the era of Master Simon Ekpa. And you're still not paying attention. The most dangerous thing today is that you might not be alive to tell the story as you refuse to pay attention. Tomorrow is going to be another day. And as you prepare yourself, those of you who will disobey, those of you who say it doesn't matter, those of you who say who is someone else to tell you to sit at home, who are the autopilot members to direct you what to do, while you are taking those decisions, remember there is a consequence for that decision you are taking. As you're going out, many of you will not return back because it is what you have chosen by yourself. It is the choice you have made for yourself. And whatever happens to you, you have to take it. Our responsibility online, every autopilot media warrior, everybody that's speaking online, it is our duty to open up the truth for you, tell you things that will happen when they have not happened. But it's your own, it is your choice to either decide to do it or not to do it. It is your choice to make your own decision, either to follow what we say or not to follow. Nobody can force you. We can't force you. It is your decision to make. Tomorrow is here already. The caliphate has only one template. The Zoological Republic and their politicians have only one template. Their system of selection is known all over the world. They have started preparing themselves. We have seen videos. We have seen write-ups. We have seen informations how they are preparing for their war tomorrow. And you want to put yourself in harm's way. For any action you take, there is a consequence. And when it comes, take it. Our concern is the genuine Biafrans, wherever they are all over the world, mainly in Biafra land, to stay safe. Stay away from the election. You're not part of it. You are not part of that contraption. You are not part of it. They have told you in parable. They told you to your face. They demonstrated it. I don't know what you're waiting for. You are not part of it. The earlier you listen, the better for you. If you refuse, whatever you see, be ready to face the consequence of your action. Thank you so much for joining my beloved brother, Ifeanyi Nwora. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me, my brother?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much, my brother, the king, for the good.
You're welcome, my brother.
May Elohim continue to bless each and every one of you that's always up and doing to make sure that the gospel is preached. The deaf, the blind,